Alright, welcome to my day 32 progression guide. So for today, we got no level increase. And like I said yesterday, most likely we're not getting one tomorrow. So you got quite a bit of time to reach level cap. So starting out, I would do Mia's Kitchen, I would do your bounties, then I would do your ruins, then after that, if you have any story left over, go ahead and complete it. I do want to mention, now that we're in kind of a downtime, you might want to go around the map and do all the side quests, because if you take a look at this one, I get 2 SSR relic shards, and that's pretty good. Now for vitality, starting out with joint operations. So for today, we got access to 2 joint operations. So you can go for the Bracer's chest in a Shiro Matrix, or for the really good one, pants, gloves, King Matrix, and the Crow Matrix. I'm pretty much going to be spending most of my time here. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, you want to get a really good pair of gloves. Ideally, if you can get 5 crit rolls, you're going to be good for a long time. So we got a couple vitality solutions. You might want to spend some time here. Now let's talk about interstellar exploration. So for interstellar exploration, you want to go ahead and check and see if you have any level 3 stargates. Again, how you do that is if you see that you have 2 or more. But I do want to emphasize that nanofibers and booster frames are in high demand, because if you have the battle pass, we get a lot of the acid proof and the nano coatings, but we don't get a lot of booster frames and nanofibers. So even if you probably have some level 2 stargates that give booster frames and nanofibers, you might want to consider doing those. But if you're not able to find any level 2 or level 3 stargates, you can consider doing dimensional trials, but just make sure it's difficulty 5. And if you need money, you can do space-time domains, but just make sure it's difficulty 5. For other ways to get experience, you can get Rust and Iron chest, password chest, and supply pods. But other than that, check out my experience guide if you want some more ways. Then don't forget to do your daily gifts. You want to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins. You want to go to Cetus Island and do the claw machine. Then you want to do your 2 ability trainings. Quick tip, if you get the rhythm training, Samir is MVP. Next, you want to maintain your vehicle. So some of the best places is Astra Shelter. The next place would be Bangi Shelter. After that, we got the Black Market. And the best place, High Crows. Also attack any elemental rocks you see for crystals. Then we got the Road to Strife. You want to make sure you're doing your 1200 star grit for the day. Again, I've missed a couple days. I need 3600, so I'm going to be in the doubles mega arena quite a bit. But for today, we have access to Stellar Way Divergence, to where you can just do the Stargates. You do 4 of them and you knock out your 1200, or you can just do the doubles mega arena, win 3 matches, and you get your 1200 for the day. Then don't forget to check your weekly tab. We're getting towards the end of the week, so you want to go ahead and knock out whatever you can and make sure you get everything up top. Then we have our challenges, starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So I recommend that you go in there today, because you need to climb the ranks, and as you get up higher, it's going to get a little harder. You might have to repeat a couple levels, and it could take quite a bit of time. So you want to go ahead and try to do some of it today, because tomorrow, most of those procrastinators are going to be trying to push those ranks, and then you're going to be kind of competing with them while trying to climb. It's pretty annoying to do. Which brings us to Frontier Clash. If you remember in my previous video, I already mentioned that there's a good chance that Crow's going to get nerfed. So if you have any attempts, you might want to get your team before you get a random maintenance showing that Crow got nerfed. Now, if you don't use Crow, I guess you don't really have to worry about it. But again, we're going to get another attempt on Tuesday, so just make sure you don't cap. Then we have the Void Rifts. Now, if you do have an attempt, you want to go ahead and knock it out for that chance of getting a Matrix. And also, if this is a first time boss kill for you, you want to make sure you do it. Next, we have the Wormhole. If you were able to complete the Wormhole last reset, you want to make sure you do the Endless mode this time, and you have 4 days to complete it. If you weren't able to complete the Wormhole last time, just try to knock it out for those 4 days. That way, on the next reset, you'll be ready. And last but not least, we have the Apex League. Again, if you're trying to climb Grand Marshal, you might want to put in a couple hours each day. Next, you want to get your daily buys, so go to Shop, Hot, and then buy your 2 Vitality Solutions. Now, this is only if you can afford it. Now let's go to the Commissary. Remember, we're getting towards the end of the week, so you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules and your booster modules. But other than that, if you have any gold and crystal dust, I recommend that you either buy hand guards or you buy boots. But since today we have access to hand guards, and if you're going to be running some joint operations, you might want to buy boots, and that's just 1 less joint operations that you have to worry about. And since we're getting towards the end of the week, I want to go ahead and point out the weapon store. If you have 120 black coat or more, don't forget you can buy an extra copy of a weapon. Now let's talk about the crew store. As I mentioned yesterday, I would not buy potent Omnium crystals, and I would just buy relic shards. And again, you might want to save your points for when the Omnium shield becomes available to purchase, so that way you can buy a lot of those. Now let's talk about the support store. You want to make sure you buy your 3 joint supply chips. Again, the best way to do this is just to do Frontier Clash normal. You get experience, 375 support points, as well as machine parts. The second best way is to do Matrix Rails difficulty 1 with a party of 2. Spam that over and over and get 150 support points. Then you can do Void Rifts to where you get 150 support points, or you can just farm world bosses to where you get 100 support points if you force a cipher, as well as machine parts. And since we're starting to get close to Artificial Island, you might want to go ahead and try to knock out some of those optionals, like achievement hunting, explore the map, or go mount farming. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, check out my day 31 video. But other than that, talk with you guys later.